All right, how's everybody doing? I hope you're enjoying your day. Before I begin, I just want to mention our sponsor, Ratchet Clothing. Ratchet's a clothing company out of the UK. They have various prints and styles for men, women, and children. I'm going to put a link down below. Go check them out. So today I'm going to be talking about a story. I just want to state for the record that this story took place not during my time. I heard about it through other people in the family and Johnny Sideburns, who was involved in the story. What had happened is that the Luccheses had a Joker poker business that was ultimately turned over to the Albanians. There was a sit-down that took place. At the time, Louis Dedone was the acting boss of the family. Johnny Sideburns was an acting captain at the time. Louis sent Johnny Sideburns to handle the sit-down with the Albanians. Johnny Sideburns was supposed to meet with this guy, Alex Rudaj. He was the boss at that time with the Albanians. They were meeting in City Island, which is in the Bronx, for those of you who know. And what happened is that during my time, certain members of our family were bad-mouthing Johnny Sideburns. They felt he didn't handle that sit-down right and that he gave everything away. When I discussed this with Johnny Sideburns, he got defensive, of course, and he started to explain the story. He didn't really go too much into what took place during the sit-down, but I'll give you as follows. So the biggest mistake that he did was showing up by himself. I don't know why he went by himself. This guy, Alex, showed up with two guys, but before Johnny Sideburns went into the place, the restaurant that they were meeting in City Island, he ran into this guy, Hippie Zandafino. And Hippie is a member with the West Side. He, of course, asked what Johnny Sideburns was doing there because this was the Bronx. And John explained he was going to meet with the Albanians. So this guy, Hippie, pulled up his shirt, had two pistols, according to Johnny Sideburns, and told him, "Don't worry about it, I'll watch you. I'll go sit at another table and I'll keep my eye on you," which was nice of him to do. And Johnny Sideburns told me that this guy, Alex, basically told him that the Albanians had a bunch of Joker machines already. They were not going to give up what they had. They had taken over areas that were once Lucchese areas, and they claimed that it was now theirs, and they were handling it for however long that they were handling it. And he just conceded and gave everything away. I don't know how he was sent into a sit-down and was not prepared for it, or just gave everything away. But I've been through sit-downs with John, as I mentioned a couple of times. This is kind of his MO. He kind of folds in sit-downs. So I was just surprised that Louis Dedone, when he's got to bring, don't forget, he's got to bring back what the outcome is. And I was just surprised that they accepted that from him. They really should have sent somebody else with him to talk. But ultimately, he gave everything away. He was lucky, not that there was anything that was going to happen, but he was lucky this guy Hippie, he happened to run into him and he watched his back. But I want to read something of how the West Side feels about dealing with the Albanians and how you should handle the Albanians. So this is a quote from Pasquale Patti Falsetti. He's a caporegime with the West Side, and here's what he has to say, and I quote him. "I hate these fucking Albanians. I hate them. If you have a beef with them, you have to kill them right away. There's no talking to them." So that's the West Side's feelings on dealing with the Albanians. The Luccheses dealt with it in a different way by sending Johnny Sideburns there. Ultimately, they lost the Joker poker business. I noticed because at that time now, when I come into the family, that was the position. We lost the Joker poker business to the Albanians. That's how the conversation came up with Johnny Sideburns. And then after I heard a couple of guys knock him of how he handled it, I went and spoke to him, and he got defensive, of course, and defended himself. But ultimately, that's it. I know that it was a little short.